Hey students, how's everybody doing today? I thought I'd take a moment here while I'm in Carlsbad, New Mexico this evening and make a quick little video. If you want to get your machine out and write as I'm talking, you can. I may be short, I may be long, but I wanted to give you some encouragement. Uh, you've seen posts about climbing mountains, achieving your goals, and how you can't get there, and uh, I wanted to just echo things like that. You can't get to the top of that mountain unless you take that first step and continue step by step. The mountain's not going to come to you. The peak is not going to come down to your level. You have to rise up and go to the level of the peak of the mountain that you're trying to get to. It's just that simple. In court reporting, I would not be where I am had I not hit that first stroke on that machine and wondered what in the world I had gotten myself into. It's funny when you look back at where you started and where you are now, whether you're still a student or you're a working court reporter, at some point you had to hit that first stroke to even move forward. And then you hit another stroke and another stroke, and you kept on stroking on that steno machine until you got to where you're at. Some of you still have a mountain to climb. You still have strokes to write. But like I've said many times before, these 10 little fingers have taken me places that I never dreamed I would go. I could have stayed in San Antonio working at Albertsons as a courtesy clerk, bagging groceries, and worked my way up in that store. At one point I was offered a position as an assistant produce manager, and I could have worked my way up. Who knows where I would have gone? But looking back, I would have missed out on working with the deaf and the hard of hearing, bringing words to them that they otherwise would not have been able to see or be able to participate in. Working at something like Billy Graham that I got to do in San Antonio along with another court reporter. We brought the Word of God to those people, and that was because we hit that steno machine one stroke at a time and got to that point. I've worked in church for a lady who was deaf. I've done conferences for deaf people. That's just one aspect of my career of things I've done. I've given real time to attorneys and done just a whole slew of things that I would not have been able to do had I stayed at Albertsons. In fact, I turned down the offer to be an assistant manager because I was driven to become a court reporter. And that's what it takes. You have to have a drive. You have to have a different drive than most people, because it's hard. There's no doubt about it. There's been many times, just like you, I wanted to sling that machine across the room or take a sledgehammer to it and just beat it to death. And we've all been there. We've had tough days. And let me tell you one thing, a little secret. You're going to have tough days once you get certified. I've said this many times before. With all the certifications I've got, with all the certifications any court reporter you know has gotten, with all those awards that all you court reporters received just recently that the students have got to see who won what, who placed first, who won international competitions, all of that has never had a wizard come into a room somewhere and wave a wand over any of our heads, or any of those reporters that are champions, international champions. There's never been a wizard appear and wave a wand and say, go forth and misstroke no more. They've had to work at their craft, they've had to practice, and they've worked very hard. Many of those reporters were at one point students in my group, and they've gone on to become great reporters and done a world of good on what they're doing. You have that same opportunity as court reporting students. You have that chance to get out there and make a difference. But you can't do it in school. We need you in the field. There are positions available. There's positions all over the place that are in need of court reporters, official positions, freelance positions. We need you. And if you sit in my group and complain and whine and feel frustrated, you won't get there. Okay? I love you in my group as a student. I want you in my group as a reporter so that you can help other students come along and you can share your frustration and your journey with them and explain to them how you were there right where they were, just like I'm doing with all of you. Share your knowledge, share your frustrations, share what you did to get out. We all help each other in my group. It's a great group to be in. I could not be more blessed or feel more grateful for everything that each of you have done to make the group what it is. But in that same token, get out of the group as a student and stay in it as a court reporter and do great things. 10 little fingers, that's all it takes. And they can take you wherever you want to go. You're only limited by what you want to do. So, let's go. Have a great rest of the week. Write good. I'm going to write the best I can, and I want you to do the same thing. And with that, I'm out. Bye.